Have you ever wondered how the snarling wolf transformed into man's best friend, or why some dog breeds thrive while others teeter on the edge of extinction? Here's a jaw-dropping fact: dogs have been by our side for over 30,000 years, making them the first animal humans ever domesticated. But this incredible journey from wilderness to living room wasn't all tail wags and treats. Let's dive into the epic story of the dog and why their future might depend on us. The story begins with the gray wolf, Canis lupus, a top predator roaming ice-age landscapes from Europe to North America. Fossils show wolves prowling near human camps as far back as 33,000 years ago, likely drawn by scraps of food. Something extraordinary happened. Instead of staying enemies, wolves and humans struck up an unlikely partnership. Scientists believe it started in places like Siberia or the Middle East, where nomadic hunters noticed certain wolves were less aggressive, maybe even curious. Over generations, these friendlier wolves stuck closer to humans, evolving traits we now adore: smaller jaws, floppier ears, and those soulful puppy eyes. By 15,000 years ago, distinct proto-dogs appeared in archaeological records, like the Bonn Oberkassel dog, buried alongside humans in Germany. This wasn't just a physical shift. Wolves' pack mentality adapted into loyalty toward us, turning them into guards, hunters, and companions. Dogs became living proof of evolution in action, shaped not just by nature, but by human hands. Humans didn't just tame dogs, we reinvented them. In ancient Egypt, sleek hounds like the Saluki were revered as gifts from the gods, buried with pharaohs. In Rome, massive Molossian dogs were bred for war, feared as much as any gladiator. Meanwhile, shepherds in Europe molded dogs into tireless workers, collies and sheepdogs that could herd flocks for miles. But the real game changer: domestication. As we settled into villages, we bred dogs for specific jobs: terriers to hunt rats, retrievers to fetch game, even tiny lap dogs for royalty to flaunt. This selective breeding exploded in the 19th century, giving us the 340-plus breeds we know today. Culturally, dogs became symbols: loyalty in Japan's Hachiko story, courage in tales of war dogs like Sergeant Stubby. Yet, this came at a cost. Breeds like the bulldog, once fierce fighters, now struggle to breathe due to exaggerated features. And as humans spread, wild dog populations, like Australia's dingoes, faced habitat loss or crossbreeding threats. We didn't just change dogs, we rewrote their destiny. In their prime, dogs, or their wolf ancestors, were apex predators, keeping prey populations in check and balancing ecosystems. Even today, while dogs like dingoes in Australia control kangaroo numbers, protecting vegetation from overgrazing, domesticated dogs, though, swap that role for teamwork with us. A border collie herding sheep isn't just cute, it's a lifeline for farmers. Their adaptability is legendary. From Arctic huskies pulling sleds to desert-dwelling prairie dogs scavenging, dogs thrive where others falter. Key adaptations: keen senses, smelling 10,000 times better than us, and a social brain wired to read human cues, like following a pointed finger. These traits didn't just help them survive, they made them indispensable. But not every dog's story has a happy ending. Urbanization has shrunk habitats for wild canids, pushing dingoes into conflict with ranchers who poison or shoot them. Domesticated dogs face their own struggles. Overbreeding has led to genetic disasters. Think pugs with chronic breathing problems or Great Danes with short lifespans. Then there's the stray crisis. In places like India, millions of street dogs roam, caught between survival and human backlash. Shelters worldwide overflow, with 3.3 million dogs entering U.S. facilities yearly, 500,000 euthanized. And don't get me started on puppy mills, churning out purebreds for profit while health takes a backseat. Our best friends are paying the price for our choices. Here's a twist: dogs don't just need us, we need them. Studies show their wild cousins, like wolves, stabilize ecosystems. Yellowstone's wolf reintroduction cut deer overpopulation, letting forests regrow. Domesticated dogs boost our mental health. 2. Therapy dogs lower stress in hospitals and schools. If dogs vanished, we'd lose more than companions. We'd lose a piece of our planet's balance and our humanity. So where do we go from here? Dogs have been our partners for millennia, but their future's in our hands. Adopt, don't shop. Give a shelter, pup a home. Support groups like the AESPCA or Wild Dog Foundation to protect both strays and wild canines. Even small steps, like cutting plastic waste or volunteering, ripple outward. The dog's journey from wolf to wingman is one of the greatest stories ever told. Let's make sure it doesn't end in tragedy. What will you do to keep their tails wagging? Drop your thoughts below and subscribe for more wild tales.